Yes, the news is true.
I'm pregnant.
Already?
I wanted to come to you guys and give you 10 tips for your first trimester must-have. Things that didn't work, things that should have worked that I thought would work, and I just wanted to give you some advice because I looked online when I was going through those things and some things that I couldn't find, and I went through those and I found some great tips and I want to share those with you. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave some comments for me, and also any suggestions that you may have for me going into my second trimester. But this is all about our first trimester, and let's get started. Number 1. So, nausea. Woo, girl. Honey, I'm telling you. And I'm telling you that I am so grateful and thankful because I've heard some horror stories, but I was super out 4 weeks of, I guess, nausea. I might have threw up only one time, and that was because I think I may have just made a wrong food choice. I went and got some Panera bread, like that broccoli and cheese soup that I love. So good. And I ate that, and then I had a apple crisp bagel with cream cheese and ate that right back to back, and then went to bed. I don't think that was really like a pregnancy situation, more so bad food choice, and so I did vomit during that time. So that's the only time that I threw up throughout my whole first trimester. The rest of it was just nausea, and like I said before, I only had about 4 weeks of nausea. And what helped me during those times, which hopefully will help you during those times, is
Ice, baby.
why ice would help me. And it didn't matter what it was. It could be orange juice, it could be soda. I filled my glass up all the way to the top with ice. I was good. It tastes so good. Sometimes I put it in the freezer, let it chill a little bit just to have like that slight little slush. Woo! Drink it with a straw. It was so good. Made the nausea come out. It just has to be extra cold. One of those things on the go, sometimes you're not able to do ice. For me, was Tropicana smoothie. Yes, it was the life of my first trimester. And normally when I go, I get the Island Green. It's more on the healthier side, but for some reason, like, just randomly I was like, let me try something different, and I tried the Sunset Sunrise. I think I went almost every other day to go and get that, and it made my nausea just subside. It was delicious and so good, and again, because it was super cold. That's just my theory. I don't know, but I also looked on YouTube for other mamas, and they agree with me that something that's super cold helps with that nausea. So go get you an ice. If you're watching this right now and you're nauseated, go get you a big glass of ice, fill it up with your favorite drink, and go to town. Drink it slowly and enjoy it, and it will subside your nausea. Number 2 survival kit was ginger candy. Ginger candy at first, because one of my first doctor's appointments, I went to the doctor and she was asking me like, oh, this was just to kind of confirm that I was pregnant. And she was like, okay, what symptoms are you having? I'm like, everything's good, everything feels good, except for like I feel nauseous all the time. She recommended these, and she actually had some in the office. They were called Gin, and they're like little chews, and I was like, ugh, like ginger, but they weren't actually that bad. And I'm telling you, as soon as I put them in my mouth, my nausea was gone. No lie. I literally popped these every hour on the hour until my partner, I guess he was looking it up, like I don't know what he was doing, but he was just like, oh, don't be eating those too much. And I'm like, why? He said because it can cause miscarriage. I was like, what? Okay, no, we've already had previous miscarriages in the past. I didn't research anything about it, but just because he said it, it was over. It was a wrap. I was not doing it anymore. I'll deal with the nausea. I'm not taking no gin, okay? They were wonderful and it worked. but I was just too scared, too skeptical about that, and I didn't do my research. I just was like, all right, no problem, I'm not eating them anymore. Like, I'm just being 100% real with you. So I stopped those. But if you're having like severe nausea, like, go check them out for yourself. I did talk to my doctor and ask her about it, and she said, you know, it's all about like moderation. Don't use them too much and you'll be fine. But girl, I don't got time to be thinking about moderation. Like, my nausea to be gone, and I don't need to worry about it making me have a miscarriage. Like, no. So I stopped taking them. But do your research, talk to your doctor, and see if that might work for you, because I'm telling you, it did work for me, but I just didn't know. Not about that life. Now, ginger ale. I don't know, it's something about ginger that helps, but with ginger ale, like, I still couldn't drink it warm. Like, it only helped me when it was ice cold. So I think that still goes back to the fact that drink whatever you want, but just have ice all the way to the top. So I that's still a 50-50 situation, if the ginger ale was really helping, or was it just the ice cold situation that was helping. So I don't know, but check that out. Number 3, this is all about making sure that you get the right nutrition for your baby. And I'm just gonna be honest, like, I wasn't really trying to get fat, and I know this sounds so selfish, because I know like you have to gain weight and everything where you're going through pregnancy, but I just didn't want to like get super fat. So I was researching stuff, and like the only thing that helped my nausea was like really fatty foods. Like, I was craving for like greasy stuff, chili fries, and like stupid stuff, but I wasn't eating it. And so I felt bad that I wasn't eating what like I was craving, because everyone says like, oh, that's what baby is craving. But I was like, I don't got time to be eating that stuff. So I was feeling guilty. So I went to my doctor, and they told me, like, if you don't want to eat something, you need the nutrients, then you need to try like Ensure or like Boost Smoothers. So I tried the Breakfast Essential. This is what I was having. They don't have that grainy feel or taste to them, and it was really good for me. And it has 2 times the vitamin D, as much as calcium, about 6 ounces like a yogurt, 21 vitamins and minerals, and 10 grams of protein. And so I had one of these breakfast, and I had one for lunch. And I also, again, it always works best when you have it ice cold. Sometimes I would even add ice to it with my blender and some fruit, and girl, get my own Tropicana smoothie going on at home, and it was great for me. So try a Boost. This particular product worked really well for me. So battling nausea and you can't eat either, you want to make sure that you get all the nutrition to your baby. That is one of the greatest things to do and not feel worried. Number 4, for real, I'm gonna get right into it. It's about the prenatal vitamins and the switch up, honey. I'm just gonna be real with you, like, prenatals did not work for me. However you guys feel about it, I don't take prenatals. I spoke to my doctor. We came up with the best plan that works for me. But I'm gonna tell you guys what I tried first, what I didn't like about them, and why. So the first thing that I tried is Rainbow Light. Rainbow Light. We tried Rainbow Light because one of my really close friends, kind of like a relative to me, her 2 babies, she tried them, she loved them, she swears by them, and they're food-based multivitamin, which was really good for me, and then it also was a vegan, and I'm a pescatarian, and so that, but honey, these things stink. I can't even smell them right now. It just, ugh. And the pill is huge pill. They smell really bad, and I couldn't get it down. Every time I took one of these guys, it made me sick to my stomach. I was really nauseated, and almost to the point where I wanted to throw up. So I took about a month of these, and then I was like, honey. I called her and was like, it worked for you, but it don't work for me. So I moved on from that, and I still got a couple left. As you can see, it is a 50 tablet supply in here. And what I was doing, I would put them in my smoothies. So I would have this breakfast booster put this in it within the blender with some fruit, and then I would be good. It wouldn't make me nauseated. But for some reason, when I just took it straight with by itself, it always made me nauseated. So I stopped taking it. I went online and I was like, okay, what could I find? Because I'm kind of like on the holistic side of things, wanting to be as natural as possible. And I found a prenatal online called Ritual. I was like, okay, this seems right for me. Let's try it. The only thing I didn't like about this particular prenatal is that it's a monthly subscription. You can't just buy a bottle and then try it and then don't like it. And then, you know, I had to actually unsubscribe. It was like a big ordeal to unsubscribe. It comes in a box like this. It's called Ritual. The future of vitamins is clear. But when you open it, it comes like this. Really pretty. Just good looking science. Like, I won't lie, the packaging is great. It's vegan friendly, gluten free, allergy free, non-GMO, no synthetic fillers. Like, this was the life of what I was looking for, and I thought this was the one. Now, this is what the bottle looks like. I don't know if you can kind of see them. They aren't as big, but you have to take 2 of them, and that was so annoying to me. I don't like taking big pills at all, and like, you have to take 2 of those. They smell really good though. They smell like lemon. So I get a gagging feeling when I have any type of prenatal, so that did not do that for me. But it just was inconvenient that I had to take 2 of them, and I don't know, it just didn't work for me. But I will say that I like the fact that it has everything that I wanted in them, and that the fact that it smelled really good. But I didn't like the fact that I had to take 2 of them, and I also didn't like the fact that it comes like a monthly subscription. So then the next time you get it, it comes in a bag like this that says ritual.com on it. It doesn't come in a fancy bag or packaging, but you still get like this guy, which I thought was kind of cool. It has this place your sticker on the calendar when you take your vitamins, and so you would place this on the calendar for the days that you take your vitamins. So they do like little cool things. I really liked that. I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So, and it's okay, every woman is different. I thought that that was going to be the one for me, but it just wasn't. So, you know, I was really feeling bad about it. Talked to my doctor, like, what can I do? What can I do to make this, you know, my baby be safe? So she said, well, honestly, you do prenatals because you need the folic acid. And so we decided, and we came up with the regimen for me to take my folic acid by itself. And this is the brand that I take. I went to the drugstore and I take Spring Valley folic acid. Honey, when I tell you, these pills are tiny as ever, if you can see that, so tiny. I take one of these a day. It's 400 milligrams. 800 mcgs, and I also take a multivitamin, and I take Mega Food women's multivitamin, and it's a chew. I love it because it tastes like candy, and it doesn't, like, it's not grainy. That's what it's like. It's not grainy, and it smells so good. It's strawberry and berries, mixed berry flavored, and that's what I do for my regimen. And my doctor said my baby's safe, I'm healthy for me. So if you're one of those mamas that can't take prenatals, it makes you sick or whatever, talk to your doctor and see if that's something that you would be able to do too. The folic acid with the multivitamin really works for me, and I'm good. We healthy, okay? 5, Prego pillows. I don't know about you, but when my first trimester hit, even though I wasn't showing, my damn back and my hip, especially my right hip, was hurting me so bad. When I would be driving, this right hip would hurt me. My damn back was hurting me so bad. And then I looked up and I talked to my doctor again, and she said, you know, why don't you try a pregnancy pillow? So I said, okay, let's try that. You know, it could be your sleeping habits. And I went on Amazon and got the PharmaDoc pillow. It's 100% organic cotton. I love it. I mean, it is God sent. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God. I don't go anywhere without this pillow. My partner is like, "You really taking that pillow?" Yes, I'm taking my pillow. Yes, I am. It comes in a really cool carrying case. I'll leave everything in the description box. I got it for Amazon, under 40 bucks. And the one thing that I loved about this that a lot of the pregnancy pillows don't do, it is U-shaped. A lot of the pillows didn't come with covers, and so, like, you know, you getting all germy or get your makeup on it or get, you know, your hair grease or whatever, you can't wash it. But with this guy, you can take the case off of it, wash it, put it back on, and it feels so good. I sleep like a baby when I have it, and sometimes, to be honest, I can't even sleep without it. So 666 is books. First of all, I want to talk to you guys about my journal, pregnancy journal. I got it at Barnes and Nobles, I believe. It was 20 bucks. And I just put, "I'm already in love," Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and then I signed it, and then my partner signed it. And it just has some really cool things in it. So in the first trimester, it has like these little slots here where you can put like photos, and I did put my ultrasound pictures in there. Look at my baby. Like, I never thought that could be, but I remember like looking at moms and their ultrasound pictures, like, I can't see nothing on there. That thing looked like a little alien, but now it's mine. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, my baby's so cute. Like, you gotta have your own baby, I guess, to know. So I put my ultrasound pictures in here, which is great because I carry this thing everywhere with me. It has like week 1. And then you can put all of the things you feel in there. And then week 2, it gives you some advice on things to do, things you didn't know. And then you can write your little notes about that. So that's week 2, week 1. This was a really cool thing to do, and it really helps me a lot. It also has a spot in there where you can put notes in there for your doctor. I put all of my doctor's like business cards and everything in here. I've already wrote notes and stuff like that for my doctor for that particular week. And if, you know, I've seen my doctor later on, then I'll go back to the weeks and just say, hey, this is how I was feeling during this week. What do you think? What are your suggestions or questions that I may have? So a journal for your pregnancy is amazing. Other books that I have are We're Pregnant, the First Time Dad Pregnancy book. Now, this is kind of dear to my heart because when we first found out that we were pregnant 2 miscarriages ago, I gave this to my partner. And we lost that baby, but he kept the book. And then when we got into this pregnancy, he brought it out, and I didn't even know that he still had it. And it just gives a dad perspective of everything. And it is written by, he's a career dad of 3. I always ask him, can I read it? And he says no. He barely wanted to even give it to me for this video so I could show you guys. But I purchased it on Amazon. It was $13.99. Really good find, really good buy. And he actually reads it, guys. So if you want something for your spouse to read, a really good find because it's not that big, it doesn't seem intimidating, and he actually likes it. So I give him his privacy. I haven't looked in it to see exactly what it was, but obviously when I bought it, you know, I read the back and I kind of like skimmed inside, and it has pretty good advice on how a spouse should behave with their pregnant spouse. So yeah, so check this out, and I'll leave this in the description box as well. Dun, 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 dun. What to expect when you're expecting. I think this is a go-to Bible for every single woman who is expecting. Thick, it's literally the same size as a Bible. It is the pregnancy Bible and the go-to. It is a little outdated. This is the 4th generation, and I feel like it's a little outdated. There's some things in here that I'm like, Oh, it has so much great advice in here. You can get overwhelmed. So one thing I like about it, it goes month to month, week to week. So if you just want to just directly go to your week and read about it, then you can do that, and that is always great. And it also gives you questions and things to do about your health, as far as eating, as far as talking to your doctor, everything you can think of, it has something in here about it, and advice about what you should do in that situation if you're pregnant and going through that. Apps. So there is a what to expect when expecting app that you can put on your phone, and it's kind of similar. It doesn't go into as much detail as the book, of course, but it is a cool app. I had it, but then when I got the book, I deleted it so I could have more space on my phone. It's a must-have. Only is $14.95, but if you can't afford that, then you could get it for a cheaper price, and sometimes even free at some little clinics. So this is a must find. Apps. Let's get into these apps, honey. It is a lifesaver that we are in the 21st century? 21st?
You stupid, you ignorant, or you just plain old deaf?
Yes, sir.
22nd century. I don't know, my mind, pregnancy brain. I don't know what century we're in, but I'm glad we in it, okay? Because I have two very important apps. One of them, I'll get into it, is called Nausea Pregnancy. I had the one before trying to get pregnant, which helped us, I believe, get pregnant. And then once we got pregnant, I switched over to the Nausea Pregnancy, and I love it. It's basically a calendar for my pregnancy. It lets me put all of my doctor's appointments in there. It lets me put alerts in there. It also gives me advice of questions that I need to possibly be asking to my doctor, or things that the doctor should be doing. So for instance, if the doctor didn't do something and then I look at my app, I'm like, oh, it says that my doctor should be checking my cervix. So then I would ask the doctor, like, hey, should you be checking my cervix this week? And they'll say, you know what, yeah, we are going to check it, or we're going to check it on this day. So I think that really helps me as a first-time mom who doesn't know what the heck is happening or what should be happening, to ask those questions that I never thought that I'd even needed to ask. So OVO Pregnancy, OVIA Pregnancy, is a really great app for first-time moms or anytime moms, because anytime my doctor asks me about anything, I can go look on there, like, hold on, let me check my app. Right there. Yep, that's when you did that. Yep, that's when we have that. XYZ. Another one is called the Baby Center. The Baby Center is awesome. Why? Because being a first-time mom, I want to see what my baby's looking like, and this app shows a 3D model version every single week of what your baby looks like, what it's doing, and you can zoom in, you can see its little hands and its little toes, and oh my god, and its little alien head, and it's so amazing. Also gives you what the baby size is. It's described in fruit or vegetable, and the OVO Pregnancy does that too, but this one is just, I feel like, a little bit more high-end as far as technology goes. So I really love that. And the best thing I love about this app is that it has a birth club. There is a unit of women who are gonna give birth the same time you are, or at least in the same month, and everyone's able to talk with one another, giving advice about gender reveals, giving advice about pregnancies, things that they're going through. And then also you guys can just talk about, okay, are you feeling like this? Like, I'm having hiccups, or I'm getting heartburn. Are you doing this? Or, you know, so that's really cool, because again, as a first-time mom, not knowing anything, it's really cool to have friends, virtual friends, that are going through, just say, oh, this person is going through the same thing that I am. Let me click on that. Let me see what advice people gave them. This is awesome. So make sure you check that out, Baby Center. Number 888, Baby Daddy Partner Rub Downs. Okay, the rub downs are essential. I can't explain it no more. Luckily, my partner has been either reading the book or is just knows what he's supposed to be doing, because when I tell you I'm laying down and you just all of a sudden feel an arm rubbing your arm and rubbing your legs and rubbing your feet, it feels so wonderful. And I think it's imperative for women to feel relaxed and loved. And when my partner rubs me down, it makes me feel good. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it. It just makes me fall more in love with him. Like, oh wow, you must really love me to do that. So make sure you get your prenatal massage. You will thank me. You will thank me, I'm telling you. So going right into number 9, which I didn't think I needed to worry about, but apparently I do. I am a music artist as well as a teacher and an actress and a whole bunch of other things. But working at a school, my fellow colleagues told me like, hey, you need to be on this right away, because most of these really great daycares that teach your children like sign language and basic skills that most other, just will of mill daycares don't teach your kid, their waiting list is about a year to 2 years. So if you plan on going back to work, then you really need to make sure that you are continuing to apply. So this is very important. If you are a working mom, or you just know that you want your kid to go to daycare at some point and it's going to be past a year or 2 years, make sure that you are applying right away as soon as you find out that you're pregnant. And number 10, don't stress. Take care of yourself. Get into some relaxing mode. Eat healthy as much as you can. Relax, sleep, take your vitamins, exercise, meditate, and make sure that you're having the most stress-free first trimester that you can. Until next time, love you, mommies.
Life is not a game, no rules. Fantasy controls the blues. Cruising down the back road, the cosmos alive. We never mastered the survival of falling. We had to learn at an early age. It's like out of space. Laws of gravity, they happen anyway. Looking at the moon, an alien of the stars. Breath of life, cocoon, butterfly. Find your purpose on Mars, you know who you are. Standing still, not watering your plants, but you need to grow, and there's a path for you to go.